Good morning. I'm back here at Supercar Sunday Porsche Marque Day with Ula, who brought this incredible 72 911S.
Yeah.
Which means sport.
It means sport. It's been the one with the high performance motor. This one it's got a matching numbers motor, but it's 2.7, so it's in specification it's like an RS 73 actually.
Oh wow!
So it's got more torque, but still peaky at the top. Really nice to drive.
How long have you had it?
I've had it 1.5 years. I'm Swedish. We live a part of the year here, so I have a couple of Porsches back in Sweden. But I got this from a Porsche mechanic friend of mine who had it sitting for 10 years, and he had bought it from the guy who had it for 40 years. So it's a California car, sold new at Circuit Porsche in Long Beach, and stayed in the area.
So it's very interesting. I'm looking at a 1970 911E that's been sitting for quite a while. When this car sat for 10 years, did you have to reseal the motor, or did you change the oil, change the fluids, it was good to go?
You know, fluids and everything and brakes and everything has to be done when the car sits that long, I think. We decided to do the motor. It had been done, the car has done 100,000 miles roughly. The motor was redone in the 80s, but we did it again actually just for, as a good measure.
Sure.
But you wouldn't need to do that on a car that's been sitting. But it's more about the fluids, the gas tank, flushing the gas tank, see it to that the brakes are working properly,
Because I have some muscle cars, and respectively, a 69 or a 73 Mustang or Camaro is much cheaper to work on than a Porsche. And I heard about this car. I've been trying to go look at it, and a couple of my buddies were telling me, listen, Dustin, if you buy this car, if that motor's bad, you could be looking at 20 to 30,000 to redo it, and the mechanical fuel injection, that unit alone could be $4,000 to $5,000 to redo.
Unfortunately, I think you're correct there. The mechanical fuel injection is like it's so few people who actually know how to work on them.
Right.
So that's it demand and what do you call it?
Well, so for a muscle car guy, I'm talking to the owner, and I said, listen, the car's been sitting so long, and for $5,000 I can buy a 600 horsepower 427 all day long. And we're just talking about the mechanical fuel injection here.
I would love to have a muscle car as well, obviously, but I'll have to say the driving experience of an old Porsche, I think it's not the same as a muscle car.
Sure.
And I think you'd love it if you had one of those cars.
So, we've got that 1956 356 down there. And I have a 56 two-door Bel Air Chevy with a little hot rod motor. It's a beautiful car. But it's big, it's heavy, it's clunky, it's quick, but it's slow to respond. And these cars, they're little canyon carvers, they're nimble, they're light. I'm really trying to get my hands on this car. I saw it when I pulled up, I walked over, I had to look at yours because I'm looking at something very similar. It's a Targa. This is absolutely spectacular. Can we walk around the car real quick?
Sure.
So is there anything that most people don't know about the 72s? That make it unique?
That's this thing that you can see that it actually is a 72.
Okay.
Only on a 72. Oil in here. They only did that in 72.
What's in there?
It's an oil tank.
The oil tanks?
Yeah. It's a dry sump Porsche, so the oil tank is here.
Okay.
Only in 72 because they wanted to move as much weight forward as possible.
Gotcha.
So I put it here instead of back here.
Okay.
But then in 73 they resorted to having it here because apparently gas attendants started filling gas here.
Oh, I believe that.
At least that's the story.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
So this car is pretty much original. It has some original paint. It's never been apart.
Oh, I've got to go park the Batmobile.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I'll be back. So we're back here looking at the 72 911E. The Batmobile drove by and I had to get it parked. So we had to pause for a moment. But so you have a couple Porsches back home. What are those, if I may ask?
I have a vintage race car, an ST 1970. Actually, the car lived here in California for many years, but they race now in Europe.
Okay.
Every time, lots of fun. And I actually have a RS 73 that I bought like.
Oh my goodness.
Back in the day, not last year or anything, but back in the day.
You have some serious cars.
Yeah, I have a Mini Cooper 65 original.
Wow. And always Porsche, more or less? Porsche was your passion?
I mean, Porsche is my first love, I guess. But you know, if someone you know told me that I can have that Shelby 66, I would be fast to jump on that.
Sure.
For instance, but I kind of love old cars. I love Italian cars too, but the guy has to concentrate on something, you know.
Yeah, no, trust me, I completely understand. Well, you have some substantial Porsches.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
fortunate. I know.
Serious cars.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming out to Supercar Sunday, sharing your passion, your story, your car with us.
Thank you.
And
Pleasure.
you know, I would love to email me some pictures of the 73 RS.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that car. Another dream car probably for all of us.
I can do that.
You sounds like you were ahead of the curve and picking it up at the right time, which
Yeah,
you know,
I did.
a very wise man.
Thank you.
A race
Thank
car.
you.
Wow. Wow.
Really nice to be here.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And check our YouTube channel, Supercar Sunday, and I'll put it up on our website too. And I really appreciate you coming out.
Yeah.
That's one of the best parts about Supercar Sunday. I always say it's the cars, but it's the people, it's their story, it's their passion, and what they share. And you know, people see the cars, but if you look around, everybody's smiling, everybody's sharing. It's how the world should be.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.